Now I'm going to show you guys the entire menu and all the features this monitor has. If you are interested or serious in buying this monitor, you should not find this boring at all. So with the firmware version 11, to access any of the menus, you gotta press the joystick down, and then you have the option between the settings, brightness, volume. And if you're not doing anything here for a few seconds, you have to recall the menu. I also recommend that you don't put any speaker here while you're recording because of feedback and other things. And to the right, you can actually add or remove sets. What I mean by sets is when you turn the joystick, again, firmware 11, you gotta turn. Then you have, set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, 5, 6, and so forth. So far I created 6. I think it can let you create a bunch, maybe 10 at least. To open one of the sets, push the joystick to the right. Then to select joystick down, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8 different ones. The ones I chose was histogram, multi-scopes, D-log, picking, focus assist, false color, zebra, and aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is very important to me because I shoot a lot of super widescreen things. Keep in mind, if you don't do anything within a few seconds, this is also going to disappear and I have to recall it here. There you go. So recall it, joystick to the right, and then joystick to the right again. Notice there's an arrow. And then you actually have the aspect ratio. When you press the arrow one more time, you can also replace for anything else here. Instead of aspect ratio, if you want to do safe instead, push the joystick to the right, and then safe it is. Then if you want to change your mind again, right, go back to the aspect, right again, and then come back. And it's saved as well. And to activate the control, with this firmware, you have to rotate the joystick. And then it's actually on right now. And then you click on aspect again. And then joystick down. And then rotate. And you have the several options there for you, including vertical. There you go, iPhone. Let me get out of here to show you. That's vertical. I refuse to shoot on vertical video, but if you guys need that, there you go. I want to go back to 2.35.1, which is the aspect ratio that I use for a lot of things. Now the transparency is great because if you have this set to 75%, you're going to see the pictures on the outer range, as you can see her elbow right here. I always leave it 0 because here I have a clean canvas or what's supposed to be on this frame here. To turn off, rotate the joystick to the left, off, on, off, on. And next one, zebra. And then to engage, and then again rotate to turn it on, rotate to turn it off. And then you can also have the settings here, which I didn't even customize this here, as you can see, to whatever makes sense as far as zebra goes. And then next we have the false color. Make sure you turn the thing on by rotating, and then arrow right, and then down. Then you have follow camera and also the spectrum, whichever one you like, or custom. You can mess with all this here. I'm gonna leave as follow camera. Then back. Then don't forget to turn it off. Next is focus assist. Make sure you turn that on, and then arrow right, and then down. Then have red, green, blue, white, red, and also, of course, the intensity. Background color, black and white or color. Next, picking. Then you have the intensity that you like. I don't know how long this joystick will take to wear out because of the, click, doing this for a year or 10 years, I don't know. That's the only way to select this here. The next is the D-log. Then you have HDR or SDR. The next you have the multi-scopes, turn that on. You have the everything here on the bottom and on the right. And the last setting here on the set is histogram. Turn it on, and there you go. And then you can choose between Luma and RGB. Position, top right, or any one of these positions here. Transparency. Now to change the set, you can't just turn the joystick like this. You gotta make it disappear, and then you rotate. Then you have set 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. The number 6 is empty because I just created, so it's for number 5, number 4, number 3. Number 2, they are already filled. Now I want to show you guys the whole menu settings and everything. So joystick down, you have this little gear icon, down again. And then you have the display rotate, which you can actually rotate this way or back to 0. You can also mirror for teleprompter or whatever it is they need. And here you have some guides like back or switch up and down or adjust, which is rotating this here. So press back. Next is probe location. And before LUT and after LUT. You're going to find this information in the manual, which I'm going to stick right here for you to take a look. I'm not sure what that is, or I don't care about that. And again, reminding you that you cannot go up and down on a joystick. Nothing will happen. The previous firmware, yes, that's how it was. Now you have to rotate, not move up and down. Next, we have status display. You got to rotate the thing, then right. Right now, there's nothing. You can have the battery displaying only, or all the information here, your HDMI or input SDR, whatever, frame rate, and also whatever information that you chose previously on the menu. And keep in mind, if you are on high definition, you can go all the way up to 60 frames per second. If your input is 4K, you're going to be limited to 30 frames per second. Next is the input range. Then you have the auto and all these numbers here. Next we have input matrix, Rec 709, Rec 2020 for ultra high definition, or auto. I'm going to leave it set to auto. Next is the signal format. You have auto or 12-bit, 10-bit, all this stuff here. Let's set it to auto for now. Color management. So here you have several presets from most manufacturers, Canon, Fuji, Nikon, Panasonic, Red, Sony, EBU, DCI, ARRI, and BMD, Canon again. And then with the Canon, you have C-Log 3, C-Log 2, C-Log 1, C-Log. Then finally you can actually change your gamut settings here to Canon Cinema or all this stuff here. And next we have the load user LUT, which you can also load from your USB drive. This is what they call the U-Disk, is a weird Chinese way of speaking of USB drive, thumb drive. It's called the U-Disk for some reason. So if you don't know what U-Disk is, now you know. Just put the damn USB here, good to go, and load your LUTs. I actually hate LUTs, I don't need LUTs, and I think they suck, and I don't need any help with LUTs. So I'll leave the image be all, the way it is as a C-Log, for example. Next we have the monitor information with the firmware, serial number, and all that stuff here, the model. Then you have the language, Chinese. You can do English or 这个名字怎么发音, Chinese. This one you gotta be careful. If you confirm, you might be in Chinese, so make sure you hit cancel. And then advanced setup. You have the execute factory resets. Again, be careful with this here. If you actually customize the whole monitor, make sure you hit cancel. Factory manage. I don't know if factory manages the colors. I'm not sure what that is. I forgot. Gotta read the manual, so I'm gonna leave it off. Now, color calibrate. You have to have the right probe. OC and B&H can definitely recommend you the right probe to attach on the back, which is via USB Type-C. I'm gonna hit cancel because if you hit confirm and you have the probe that it doesn't like, you're gonna have to, unplug the monitor and restart the monitor again. So I'm gonna hit cancel and back. Then the helper display just displays boot prompt on or off and the operation aid on and off. So since I know 99% of what this monitor can do, I set it to off and back. And that's pretty much it for the menu. Now to exit, press left. And again, pressing down, you recall this whole thing here. So audio, brightness, the settings, add or remove sets. And then when you press the F1 button, for example, right now I'm on set 1, so the 4 primary ones are going to be, you know, the aspect ratio, the zebra and everything. Now when you press here and don't do anything for like, 4 or 5 seconds, they're going to go away. Simply press F1 again, for example, and then pressing it again, you can actually activate, for example, this is the aspect ratio. F2, it's going to be the zebra, which you can actually use at the same time. Now the false color, as you notice, is going to cancel the zebra because apparently you cannot use false color and zebra at the same time. So pick one, and you can also use the focus peaking at the same time you are using the false color. And to turn everything off, just, press the buttons again here and everything is off. Alright, so here's the screen protector. It comes in this very thick, nice cardboard package here. And inside, everything is properly wrapped with the bubble wrap. And the screws are rolled right here on the side, which does not touch the acrylic. And here it is. Look how thick this thing is. This is at least, I would say, 4 millimeters thick. There's 4 holes that attaches to the monitor. So you have to peel it off very patiently so you don't rip the paper. And make sure you wash your hands so you don't put fingerprints all over the place here. Then peel the other side. Of course, you gotta make sure your table is soft, like this one here is, or a paper towel or something. You don't want to place this on a hard surface. Next thing you want to do, I have this awesome dust blaster. I'm gonna be putting the link on the description if you want. This is much better than a can. Next, insert the 4 screws included with this package. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're done. So mistake number 1, I did this wrong. Make sure this is actually going the other side because, as you can see, it's getting in the way of the buttons here, somehow. And that's more like it. Now it looks right. When you screw this here, don't even over tighten, not even a little bit, because this is acrylic. So once the screw stops, you stop. It's a tiny little turn. That's it. And mission accomplished. Now this is a great investment because anyone on set who will accidentally maybe bump a light stand here, there goes your screen, like I just did now. And this is gonna save your monitor, so it's an $89 investment against a $949 investment. So you tell me. Now to clean the surface, the first thing that you wanna do, and I'm actually a professional at this, you use a feather duster. Then if you have one of these, and I actually use rubbing alcohol. This is the regular 70%. You don't need the 91%, and I don't recommend it. It's too strong. And it's very important that you have a spray because it evenly applies the alcohol to where you want. I'm actually experienced with this, so I'm going to spray directly on the actual surface. That's all you need. And then I'm using my softbox to be against the light so I can actually see what I'm doing, so I can see the reflection there. And then you clean your acrylic, nice and safe with a very high quality cloth. I'm so happy that they offer a screen protector because I screen protect everything that I can possibly protect. And I see no scratches, and this thing is like immaculate clean. That's how you clean screens. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys like what you saw here. If you want to like, share, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I'll respond to everything that I see there. So once again, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.